So I got a confession to make, guys. And the truth is that everything that you see is fake. It's not real. It's not as it seems, okay? Hey, sit down. Sit down. Good boy. I'm not the only one. This conversation has been going on for a little bit. I actually saw a video this morning of some guy, full-time van life, I believe. I mean, I guess the thing is you just never really know what you can actually believe based on what you see online, on social media, on YouTube, let alone what you actually see in real life. Because I know some people who have a fictitious, fake lifestyle, even in real life, that I know. And either A, they believe it, or two, they are so convincing that they can get other people to believe it. And I know that folks have seen, heard about, read stories about these people who end up with 2 lives, multiple families, secret. I think one guy, he was, I think I saw a story of one guy, he was on his deathbed, and then he confessed to his daughter that he changed his identity for, I mean, I don't know how long it was, and he committed like some crazy crime, maybe murder or something. But I'll share more with you guys about that later. I'm kind of super excited, if you can't tell, about tomorrow, because we get the van back. But with that, we're looking to crank up van life again. And so I'm watching more videos, and as I'm watching these videos, I'm getting more videos suggested to me, and I'm starting to go down this rabbit hole of van life. And that's just it. You never really know what's real and what's not. For instance, I was telling Michelle, we watched that movie, Leave It All Behind, or Leave the World Behind, and I found a copy of the translation of the Spanish woman who was just hysterical in the middle of the road. And the translation, you know, in the translation, based on her account, was not necessarily entirely accurate. It was all about what she thought she saw, but wasn't actually real. And, you know, this is how your brain, your mind can play tricks on you. And Sarah knows what I'm talking about. Sarah, she sees it all the time because people reveal themselves in the comment section. And it's interesting what people think they see, or think they heard, or think they know. Or really deep down inside, subconsciously really want to believe, and they want to be true. But I did come across a video, or a few videos, but one in particular that kind of stands out, of some guy who kind of was over van life, and basically he was hanging it up, calling it quits. I don't think that is sticking or stuck, because it looks like he's back in a van. But you know, there was a video, there was a sit down talk and conversation about.
In my video about why I quit van life, which has now received over 650,000 views, I was very honest and vulnerable and told you guys the reason why I quit van life. So in this video, I want to be honest with you guys once again. I want to explain to you guys how van life YouTubers make this lifestyle to be so easy and carefree. Meanwhile, it's really not.
How what we see on these videos doesn't necessarily paint the full picture of what the reality could be. But I think that goes with anything. But at the same time, I mean, we watch reality TV shows, or at least reality TV shows exist. I don't really watch them, but the fact that they exist and people believe them to be real. For instance, Michelle, she was talking about a product last night called Better Than Organic. And spoiler alert, it's not organic. Beyond Meat, it's not really meat. But either way, it's all clever ploys and marketing gimmicks, but it's also technology. And if you guys have been watching and following for a while, then you guys know that I'm a fan of technology. Isn't that right, Max? Huh? Isn't that right? Taking a little walk. Taking a little walk. Michelle is recording. Michelle's recording some of her videos, so Max and I are going for a walk. And I was telling my brother, actually, I feel like I have greater clarity walking and talking to you guys than just sitting static. But either way, no chemtrails today. Clear blue skies. Gotta love it. Breathe it in. They're not poisoning us today, right? But anyway, there's something called Adobe Photoshop. And Adobe Photoshop has a plugin feature called Generative AI. Generative AI, Mid-Journey, Bard, Dolly, I think Leonardo AI. There's a few out there. But essentially, what they do is they create these spaces.
So this setup that you're seeing right now contains multiple generated images stacked on top of each other to give the video a professional look, while in reality I'm in my bedroom, and all of this has been possible with Photoshop's generative fill. You can get any kind of look you want, maybe a beautiful car in your room, or a painting on your wall, or even Annabelle. I don't know why you would want that, but all I'm trying to say is that the possibilities are endless. I can even turn my vertical videos into full videos using this method. You don't need an expensive
and I'll link it down in the
studio.
description so you guys can see it. They create these spaces of augmented reality that aren't real. They are not real. And a lot of people are unaware. They don't know that what they're seeing isn't really real. So you got to take that with a grain of salt, but then also you got to kind of think to yourself or ask yourself, realize, why am I watching this in the first place? There's a few reasons for that, but one of the reasons very well could be based on what YouTube prefers and is striving towards accomplishing, and that is purely for entertainment purposes only. So keep that in mind. But also keep in mind that this content that is created for purely entertainment purposes only, they don't have to disclose every little detail to everybody in every video all the time, or hell, even ever. Just putting it out there. But it does seem like we have a growing population of internet keyboard warriors that feel as though it's their God-given duty to jump out there and let the world know that you've done something wrong and I need to call you out on it. You titled your video wrong. Your thumbnail's wrong. You are wrong. Everything, this, that, and the other. But in case no one's ever told you before, you don't have to click on any of these videos. You chose to click on these videos. And quite oftentimes, based on your disgruntled and consistent commenting, you just keep either stubbing your toe because you enjoy the pain, or have the shortest attention span in memory and history, and you just forget as soon as you click send on your comment. Now, there is a YouTuber that I really enjoy because he's extremely entertaining, and his name is Alex Choi. And not only is he entertaining, but you know, he satisfies, he scratches the itch that I have in regard to really, really cool car content, automotive content, but not normal car content and normal automotive content, because that's boring. I don't want to just sit there and listen to you read the same specs and specifications of a vehicle that I already know about, or I could read myself. What good is that? You're just some glorified news broadcaster repeating like a parrot the same thing that everybody else does, okay? Instead, Alex Choi, he brings some excitement. He cranks it up a notch, okay? And one of his most recent videos actually was in regard to something that a lot of people don't like. A lot of people hate. He built a video off of hate, and that is the hate and anger that is produced and caused by people with extremely unnecessary and really, really bright and poorly angled LED light bars and high beams on their vehicles, on their cars. So he outfitted his Lambo, the world's most distracting Lambo, with 30,000 LEDs. And I gotta tell you guys, he did not disappoint. 1 million views in 2 weeks. That's pretty, that ain't half bad, okay? So, like I said, I'll drop these links in the description if you guys want to check it out. Maybe you've already seen it. Do you watch Alex Choi? If you watch Alex Choi, drop a 1 in the comments. I'm just kind of curious how many people out there are similar tastes, similar interests as myself. But yeah, so crazy stuff. But I do have to say that it is a little unfortunate, a little sad to hear from time to time that people are wanting to give up and wanting to quit. And this is in regard to van life and having channels focused on van life, which this isn't just van life, because I've seen it a lot more here recently of folks wanting to quit, similar to some of these businesses behind me that just vacated. The business wasn't there, the demand wasn't there, the rent prices were too high, the insurance costs were too great. It's a long list of things. Interesting. Rhode Island. Rhode Island is the home state for CVS, and CVS is closing hundreds of pharmacies throughout Target stores nationwide. But I digress, because giving up and quitting, sometimes you have to. Sometimes you have to. Or sometimes you just need to evolve. And I think when it comes to YouTube and content creation and, you know, content strategy, and interestingly enough, YouTube sent me a message. They said, keep creating the types of videos your audience is interested in that will get you more views. And it's like, for some, there's a different metric that they grade themselves by and how effective or successful they are when it comes to YouTube. And if that is based on subscriber count, that's one thing. If it's based on views, that's another thing. If it's based on revenue, oh, well, that's a completely different story. If it's based on pure audience satisfaction, well, then I highly encourage you to check out Kara and Nate's video with their life update 2024, because Nate crunched the numbers, and the numbers don't lie, folks. But I can tell you this, without a shadow of a doubt, van life will continue on. It will carry on. And it's gonna be up to you to decide what story you wanna watch, what video you wanna see, what truth you wanna believe, what reality you want to exist in, or fantasy you want to dream. Because I can't do that. I cannot determine that. I can't decide that. There's a little disclaimer in my description of all my videos, and it says, for entertainment purposes only. Well, I hope you guys are entertained. Are you not entertained?
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
Michelle started watching 300. Mighty Leonidas in the 300 last night. We also watched John Wick 4. Yeah, about that. But anyway, I don't want to get off topic here. I don't want to get too distracted. I just want to let you guys know that we will be coming back tomorrow, and I hope that we got a good video for you. I'll let you guys be the judge of that. I'll be waiting anxiously with bated breasts for your likes and approval and comments. And there is an expectation. So please don't let me down, okay? Please don't let me down. You guys have yet to fail to deliver on that. So please keep it up. Keep up the good work. And yeah. But for now, just humor me, okay? Just humor me, and let's assume that what we see, what we're told, is real. What we see, what we're told, is the truth. And for instance, this young lady, Tiffany, which I don't know really where she is, but Tiffany is disappointed. Now, I don't know for sure if she's going to no longer do van life, but apparently she is disappointed in the turnout of these meetups. Why did you just do that? I gotta go find this dude's check collar, because this regular collar is getting on my nerves. Hey. Come on, Max. Let's try not to get hit by this car. So there's a disappointment in the turnout of these meetups, which, you know, YouTube can be a great option for folks out there looking to engage in conversation and essentially connect with people and make friends. I was actually I was watching Alexander Nava yesterday. Michelle reminded me of him. I hadn't seen him for a while, and he happened to put out another video, and he was telling a story about how essentially anybody can create a successful YouTube channel, no matter who you are. It can work for anybody, it can work for everybody, but basically it just came down to connecting with people. And speaking of which, if you haven't, go connect with my mom. She's got a channel, and she's gonna start posting more here soon. So go connect. I'm gonna put her channel down in the description. She's a caregiver. She's in fact the anonymous caregiver. So go show some love. Go subscribe. Go watch the videos. Smash the like button. Do all the good things. But what do you guys think about meetups? People's schedules are very busy. Obligations they can't necessarily pull away, and you know, sometimes they forget about things, or in the moment they're like, oh yeah, this would be great. I don't know. How many of you guys watch Where is Tiffany? That'd be a better question. Maybe then you'll know what I'm talking about. But the other thing is I don't know entirely if van life is synonymous with being poor or being broke or being frugal or being a minimalist. So there seems to be a little bit of distaste, and as Dwayne would put it, he said, now I can't remember the word he said, it was discourteous. People were discourteous to Bradley TV and the podcast that he did. But essentially, there's some folks out there that they would prefer to believe that most of what they see on social media, specifically YouTube, is from the angle of real life, poor living conditions, poverty, personally and financially challenged people delivering to other people. And I don't know if that's necessarily true. I don't believe it to be true. I don't think that that is the overall overwhelming theme here, but to each their own. And there's one guy, in fact, solo camper car, and I'm sure he ain't hurting for money. But he does live in his vehicles. He actually lives in multiple vehicles, but he's also a registered nurse. So, again, like I said, to each their own. At the end of the day, I think that this should all come down to something as simple as this is purely for entertainment purposes only. And enjoy it. Enjoy it. Get away for a little bit. Have a conversation with somebody. Listen to their thoughts and their opinions on life. You know, see some places you've never seen or never been before by way of some of these amazing travel channels. Get caught up on the latest news, updates, whatever it may be. But at the end of the day, remember, it's all in good fun, okay? It's all in good fun. And for the most part, if you're going to be successful on the platform, there needs to be some enticing angle that is going to convince the viewer to want to watch. As I tell my clients, I tell my students, make them want to watch your video. And once you can master that, then you're off to the races. But in order to do that, you have to make a really, really good video. And this could mean a lot of editing. This could mean a lot of script writing, a lot of takes, a lot of retakes, a lot of B-roll. It can mean a lot of money invested. You watch Alex Choi, you watch Whistling Diesel, you watch Mr. Beast, you watch Amelia Hartford, you watch any really, really big YouTuber. Hell, you even watch Nikki Delventhal. You watch these folks and you'll see they invest lots of money and even more so, lots of time. So be prepared to do that if you want to have a successful YouTube career. And oh yeah, and don't worry when people tell you that YouTube's not a real job, because they're right. But I think there's a pretty ridiculous community post on my channel. Go check it out. And it's me asking you guys what video I should make next. This was a joke. Don't worry. I've got plenty of ideas floating around in my head, and I could literally do this all day long. And just look at some of the suggestions that YouTube made for me to possibly consider to bring to you, which I think are absolutely ridiculous, but who knows? Maybe I can figure out a way to incorporate them into my videos. It'll be like a little bit of a Harry Mack challenge, and I'll take the suggestions from YouTube and see if I can fit them into my videos and still get people interested in watching them. That might be fun. That might be interesting. But with that being said, I am working on some other channels, multiple channels, and this is part of my diversity strategy, diversity, security, and cash flow. We talked about that before. I'm not going to go into it in great detail because I'll take the words paraphrase here from the Strad Man and say that was a previous life, and I'm not about that life anymore. But if you guys want to, feel free, check them out. Click the links down below in the description. Hit me up on Instagram. Join the channel, become a member, get exclusive access. Check us out on Patreon. And don't forget to get your free personal financial guide and 2024 planner. And if you got questions, comments, concerns, feel free, reach out. My info is below.
I can tell you my problems, meditating my silence. But I keep pushing my pen, rotating my stylus. Brokenness feeling like sin, now no breath, low dollar. Used to be left on red, now all the girls go holler. Now all the girls go follow. All the fake